Hello, this is Miss Lally. Today is Friday, May the 30th. And looky. So these, how you doing? Out here cleaning up. Had to stop and talk to my neighbor, but back to the potatoes. So this is the next 3 buckets, and then I have the other 2 that I started back in April. These were started in March, but here's the thing: we done had some serious downpours around here. Not extremely heavy downpours, but enough that I need to let these buckets dry out. But even today, I think they're saying that we're going to have another bout of rain, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be all over the whole area, I don't think. So I think what I'm going to do is let these sit out. Next week, they're not calling for any rain. I think I'm going to let these sit out and dry out, and maybe dump them by next week. Or not dump them, but dig through them by next week, because I'm not expecting a whole bucket load of potatoes here. But in other news, the tomatoes, the other part of my container gardening, they're doing great. They are really enjoying all this extra rain. This is the beefsteak right here. 3 of them. They are doing really well. I have not decided to move them across the yard to over there just yet. And I planted the last 2 peppers, and my blueberry bushes, peach tree, and strawberries are all looking really good, although the peaches and the strawberries are being ransacked by the squirrels. But that's okay. Just wait till we get ourselves together around here and build us an enclosure. Now on to the cucumbers. Okay, I am having some cucumber problems here. The leaves are yellowing on the edges, but the plants are growing. They are growing. And this right here is a pumpkin plant from my daughter's, my granddaughter's homeschool enrichment. And I didn't think the plant was going to make it. This was a plant the seed was planted by a 3-year-old. So I was like, oh well, we'll play along with it. But look what we have here. This thing is sprouting new leaves and more leaves. And this right here is one of the three that from the 2 that's in the back. It's called, so those are the big early peppers, and these are the golden one. This is the golden wonder. This is golden wonder, and they're already producing buds. Look at that already. Even this one. Let's see, can I get it? I got some buds there. And this is Mountain Pride with its flowers. Oh wow, I was just coming over here. Look at that, we got mushrooms popping up already. So we just been taking our time trying to revamp our gardening strategy. And it's crazy because there's no planting. There is no planting in the garden bed over there that was here when we moved here because of the voles. And same thing, no planting in the ground over here because of the voles. So my tomato plants are going to go up the cattle panel right there. But my neighbor has been taking out moles if he has moles, we got moles. I just haven't seen any. But he knows how to watch for them, and he's been catching them. So we got moles and voles. We got them both. So it's definitely container gardening for me here. Is learning some new things when it comes to growing in containers. Definitely have to step up my game on maintaining the watering and nutrients that they need, because in-ground gardening right here is not going to happen. Even when I grew sunflowers right here last year, the voles, they were taking out some of the sunflowers, so don't even think I'm going to grow sunflowers this year. But as we go along, we'll be slowly figuring things out so that I can successfully garden without too much of the rodent, the animal drama that comes from having a garden and dealing with the animals, especially the squirrels here. Because see, this is what we have behind us. Let's see, this is what we have behind us. It's our own little mini forest behind us. So squirrels, birds, we even have deer that have come into the neighborhood. We finally spotted deer. So, and rabbits. I've now been seeing rabbits during the day, in the mornings, in the evenings, in the early morning hours. The rabbits come out like it's nothing, and they hang out in our yard too. So far I haven't seen where anything that I have growing in containers been nibbled on or anything like that. I guess maybe they don't really favor what we got going on, like the blueberries. I haven't noticed anything being nibbled on or anything from rabbits, as well as strawberries are dropping the daughters. Everything looks fine like it's supposed to. So we're just having to adjust to and we're getting it. Container gardening here is the way that I'm going to have to go. So just want to give you a quick update on what's going on in the garden at the very end of May. This is Miss Lally, and today is Saturday, May 31st, last day of May. And alright, so got my 3 indeterminate beefsteak tomatoes ready to get hooked up on the cattle panel. Whenever we can get the raised bed set up, that's what I'm going to use as the base for my the bottom of the raised bed. So that's why those sticks are there. And need to move that, just ain't got around to doing it, but I think this is good. Just 3, not doing too much, just 3 beefsteak tomato plants. Should be easy to take care of. If they all make it and this one right here grows up, I can kind of weave it all around that cattle panel. And same with those, they might get a little crowded maybe. But last year when I grew indeterminate, they grew much taller than the cattle panel. So we'll see what these are going to do. Now I have my pepper plants here, but I don't know if I want to put the pepper plants over there, or do I want to put them on the side, these 2 on the side of the house with the others. I'm kind of thinking maybe I will put them over there with the tomatoes. I think I will. Peppers and tomatoes are over here, and shade is creeping this way. It is 1:30 in the shade. It's kind of an overcast day today, so we're getting clouds and sunshine. But as the summer approaches and the heat intensifies, over here gets shaded. Usually around in between 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere around there. I say in between 1:30 to 3 o'clock, depending on the time of the spring and the summer. So I think they'd be okay. I do have this oversized shade cloth that if I need to, I can cover, put it over the cattle panel, and they'll be covered. If the heat is just going to get that intense, which we are supposed to get some 90 degree weather at the end of this week. All right, just put these back out here. Whew. That was a little teeny weeny workout right there, to let these finish airing, drying out, because it rained last night. I don't think it was a it was a heavy rain, but it was definitely windy. We had a tornado watch for our area and the surrounding areas, so didn't want to take no chance. I put all 3 of these in the garage, and now bring them back out. And I think it's a low chance of rain tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to affect us. So I'm going to leave them out, because after that, for the upcoming week, there's no calling for rain, and the temperature is going to go up. So I think they'll be all right. And sometime next week, we'll be digging for potatoes. Okay, so all right, so did that. Today's garden chore was just placing the tomatoes and peppers where they need to be. I don't want them on the concrete, especially the peppers, because as you know, as the late spring and summer go on, concrete's going to heat up. I don't think that's a good idea, or at least I don't think so. So I think they do better on the grass. Then again, I am doing plants on the concrete on the other side of the house. So what am I talking about? We'll see what happens. All of them aren't on the concrete. The cucumbers are going to be in full sun on the concrete. So I'm going to see how they do. If I need to move them, I'll move them. But the tomatoes and a couple of the peppers are on, well, the tomatoes are on a wooden board like that. But there is some, the two peppers are on concrete. So if I need to lift them up, I will, because I got my bricks. So that's what I, was doing. I was gone now, putting bricks under my pot, because we have a whole lot of ants. Now let me rephrase that. We have a whole lot of different variety of ants in this yard. So I don't know. Maybe the pots won't look too favorable for them to want to make a home in it, but that doesn't matter. Ants gonna go where ants gonna go. So that's my garden chore for today, is just placing stuff where I want to place it for the remainder of the season, and hopefully they will do well over here.